why I quit TUF. So let's start with the first thing. Since I'm playing League, the community is often known as the most toxic in League, but I actually think that the TUF community is just way more toxic. Like, it's insane the things I would read in the world chat all the time. It feels like people are there just to fucking talk shit and degrade each other instead of actually playing the game. Like, it's so bad. League isn't as bad anymore because people get punished and auto-muted and everything. But TUF literally has, like, no moderation at all. Like, literally none. People can say the N-word left and right and they will never get banned. They can be the most toxic people you've ever seen. And they will never get banned. Like, the community is just so insane. The second, I'm not a fan of gacha. Gachas overall. I played it because it was an MMO, but I think the gacha system just preys on gambling addictions and stuff way too much, so I'm not a fan of that. But I'm gonna play a game anyway if I find it fun. I'm just never gonna use money on it. So yeah, the monetization of the game is really bad, and I'm not. I don't agree with it. That's another reason. The devs. I mean, it just seems like it's a milk the players kind of game. They don't actually care about the game itself. There's so many bugs and issues with the game that I have reported multiple times, and they never fixed any of them. Like, not a single one of them was ever fixed. So it just feels like they don't actually care about the game. And then things like the grappling hook bug where you could fly, they fixed that one, even though it was like, it was a positive for the game. They fixed it, but the negative things that bugs do, they don't fix those. It's just really disgusting. Another thing I quit is I could never find people to play anything. Like, I wanted to grind PvP so bad. There was just never anyone to grind PvP with. Like, it feels like it was just impossible to find people. Like, I would have loved to play the 8v8 battleground and grind to Grandmaster, right, with a group of people, but it's literally impossible to find people whatsoever. I couldn't find a single person that actually want to grind PvP, because that's what I find fun. And people don't want to grind UV either if you're free to play, because, I mean, they're there for being competitive. They want the title, and free to play isn't gonna help them get the title, right? Like, people just don't want to try hard with free to plays, which is understandable. But it's like, there just isn't anything competitive about the game in a good way. And there isn't much socializing either, because the community is so bad. And there isn't really much to socialize about. Like, you can sit in Meroya and dance or whatever, but there isn't really much to do. We don't have any, like, RP aspects or anything for the game. So, like, I don't know. There just isn't much of a reason to stay. The only thing you do is do dailies and then weeklies and then log off. It just gets really stale. And then people just wasting their money. Yeah, that's probably all the reasons. I don't know. Overall, I just think the game was fine, but there needs to be a lot of different fixes, and every fix I have tried to ask them to do, they just ignore it. So I just don't bother anymore. I think there's just better games that are free, that I don't need to waste my time on playing. So yeah, that's pretty much everything.